Good evening to everyone. Today, on the auspicious occasion of Durga Puja, I wish my subscribers a very happy Durga Puja celebrations. Tomorrow is Durga Vijaya Dashami and also Navami. So on this auspicious time, my heartfelt greetings to each of my subscribers to have a festive, self-reflectory, self-examined times with the blessings of Goddess and Ram. I thought that the topic that I should speak on should be based on Lord Rama and Goddess Laxmi. Now, the topic that I have chosen today is entitled as deities, Atithi. What is deity? Deity is the moment or the time when we Indians celebrate any occasion, any festivity, anything that delights our heart. It is based on lunar cycle. On the other hand, Atithi basically is the negation of Tithi. Just like Himsa is violence, Ahimsa is the negation of violence, meaning non-violence. Similarly, Atithi, a guest, is colloquially negation of Tithi. Does this mean that Atithi is a negated element? Let us explore. In our Vedic system, in our Indian philosophy, we notice, we must have seen, we have observed many a times that a particular festival, even when announced, could be altered, as in the case of Eid, celebrated by the Mohammedans, for they too follow the lunar cycle. What is the significance of Tithi is, since it is based on lunar or moon, position of the moon, it keeps changing year after year, month after month, which again further means the festivity of Deepavali, which happens in the month of October in the year 2020, might happen, say, in the month of November in some other years. So there is no fixation. There is no sthirata. For moon is marked by waning and waxing. That is the attribute of moon. That is the feature of moon, which is to change. Here, I would like to take you all to this very important festivity of India, celebrated in every household, which happens right after our Durga Puja or Navratras. Now, what is the significance of Durga Puja? We know that Goddess Durga, along with her children Kartikeya and Ganesha, descends down to her maternal land, that's earth, and comes to destroy Mahisasur, or the evil. One important notion to be observed here is Goddess Durga is not escorted by her partner Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva keeps on meditating over the Kailasha mountain, the Himalayas. She, Goddess Durga, is capable, complete, independent enough to carry on the fight by being a mother, so Ma Durga, and by being the mother to all earthlings besides Ganesha and Kartikeya, which further mentions that the arrival of the daughter to her home is marked by festivities or bhog. So as much as Goddess Durga is a yogini, she is also a bhogini. Bhog and yog goes hand in hand. That's another reason why Goddess Durga is also known as Ma Annapurna. Again, this reaffirms our faith that if we take a look at some of the topmost restaurants, the top chefs are male, which again means that Ma Annapurna need not always be a woman, need not always be a female. Ma Annapurna could be a male too. That, in a way, blurs the binary between strong masculine and feminine energy. And Goddess Durga here is not just a feeble woman, but a ferocious warrior who has come to bless the earthlings with her ferocious moves. That is the essence of Durga Puja or Navratras. Meanwhile, on the very tithi of Vijaya Dashami, or the 10th day of Goddess Durga, Lord Rama takes over Ravana. Now, who is Ravana? Ravana is the valiant king of Lanka. Popularly, he is also a renowned scholar who have mastered the Vedas. Does this mean that our three yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, are enough to make one noble? In the case of Ravana, he is blessed with Jnana Yoga. He is blessed with Bhakti Yoga too, for he did please Lord Shiva and was blessed. When it came to Karma Yoga, this is where perhaps Lord Ravana faltered. For Rama and Ravana, the genesis is Ra. Starting is the same in both the names, Ra. One ends up being the Vana, Ravana, the other Ma, Rama. It's our karma that decides our destiny. So, as much as we could be a learned intellectual, as much as we could please someone with our bhakti, but if our karma is missing, we miss out the entire dharma. For karma is dharma. Having said this, let me take all of you to this beautiful festival called Deepavali. Lord Rama, having achieved his goal of beheading the 10 heads of Lord King Ravana, he comes back to his home Ayodhya after 14 years of exile. It is celebrated with much pomp and splendor in India, and it is called as Deepavali, the festival of lights. Interestingly, the tithi that Lord Rama, avatar of Lord Vishnu, who chooses to come back to Ayodhya is Amavasya, new moon. It is not full moon. And on this very Amavasya, the residents of Ayodhya and otherwise leads up the path to welcome, to celebrate, to invoke upon Lord Rama, which means that whenever, wherever, however, there might be darkness, there is darkness, there can be darkness in our soul, in our mind, in our intellect. It is the time for us to invoke upon Lord Rama and light up our inner demons, our inner darkness to the path of light. That's the reason why Lord Rama chooses the tithi of Amavasya, not Purnima. However, as much as moon is celebrated in various forms, both Purnima, as in the case of Guru Purnima for instance, the tithi reserved reserved for our gurus, mentors, teachers, our guardians who have shown us the various paths in various turns of our life, or the festival of colors, Holi, which again falls on Purnima or full moon. The counterpart of moon, the new moon, is not abhorred or ignored in our Indian system. This particular celebration can again be seen, can again be reinforced when we notice that Laxmi Puja is celebrated on the Tithi of Amavasya, which means Goddess Laxmi is invoked upon each of our household on the Tithi of new moon. Now, does this mean that Goddess Laxmi is tamasic? For a full moon or Purnima stands for Sattvic. Is the dark moon or new moon tamasic? This is where we have to understand that Goddess Laxmi, or God of wealth, where do we find wealth? Diamonds, gold. We have to dig down to the earth to extract out the riches. This means that Goddess Laxmi is the daughter or the sister of Patal Lok. And we are invoking upon Goddess Laxmi means we are invoking upon power, grace, radiance. Why? Not only to pump us up with financial wealth, but also to pump us up with radiance of mind, soul and heart. And it is said that whenever Goddess Laxmi arrives, her elder sister Jeshtha or Alakshmi too arrives. For Goddess Laxmi is Chanchala. She's not Sthira, just like the moon. That is not Sthira. Moon wanes and waxes, as we know. Goddess Laxmi too wanes and waxes. This year she might be pleased with me and decides to stay with me. Next year she might just disown me. That's why and how we invoke upon Goddess Laxmi each year with our auspicious rituals to keep on blessing us year after year. Goddess Laxmi, unlike Goddess Saraswati, is, as I have said, not Sthira. Goddess Saraswati, on the other hand, is Sthira, stable. Once she blesses you, once Goddess Saraswati decides to come and stay with you, she is not going to leave you. Which means that Goddess Saraswati and Goddess Laxmi are two sides of the same coin. How we invoke upon, whom we invoke upon, says a lot, depends a lot. Whenever there is darkness, there has to be light, which comes in the form of Lord Rama or Goddess Laxmi. So our Atithi are Lord Rama, Goddess Laxmi, Goddess Saraswati, and they're called as Atithi because the minute they arrive, the moment they decide to come, without any pre-appointments, that moment, that minute, whether it is Purnima, whether it is Amavasya, becomes auspicious. So they are Atithi, negation of Tithi. They do not come saying any Tithi. That is why in our Indian culture, this entire system is called as Atithi Deva Bhava. Atithi, guest, is godlike. So that's about it today, and I hope all of you had liked this video. If you have liked, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. I am Dr. Ananya Barua. I teach in the Department of Philosophy, Hindu College, University of Delhi. Thank you so much. Signing off. Namaste.